All right, let's go. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. Tomorrow we're going to have a post of some kind about what's going on with ranked, and we aren't happy with the current state of ranked. We have a change going live with the start of next season. We hope that makes it a little better. We think more changes are needed after that too. You know what's kind of interesting? Information on this game is kind of bad. Not bad. Not bad. That's not the right word. They communicate just fine. They have a lot of communication, and they're gonna have a blog post tomorrow. My issue is that it's in different places, and a lot of it is on Discord and is not organized well. If they want to use Discord, that's fine. If they want to use Twitter, that's fine. If they want to use Reddit, that's fine. But my goodness, pick one. Sometimes there's a random tweet from Ben Brode. Sometimes there's a random tweet from Steve. Sometimes there's a random tweet from the Marvel Snap. Sometimes there's a random YouTube video. Sometimes in like 12 different places on Discord, they post information. There is zero centralized information, and they are actually saying important things, and it is nearly impossible to find. And frankly, the best aggregator of this information currently is Reddit. Reddit seems to find these little tweets and these little posts, and then they make it to the top of Reddit. Seems like a bad system. Yeah, it seems like a bad system. Like literally the best place to get information is hoping that Reddit picks it up and it gets upvoted and goes to the top of Reddit. Because, you know, I get on every morning and I go over to the Discord, right? And like, oh, I found something interesting this morning. I mean, might as well, let's see what this is. Before I switch over to my Discord, you know, so I go over to the Discord, and there was actually an interesting post about, what was the interesting post about? There was an interesting post about Kitty Pryde. Hello, how does Kitty Pryde work? All right. I have several questions regarding Pryde. Assume Kitty Pryde played on turn 1. All right. So she needs to be in play, and then she can be brought back into your hand, and then she can be played. So you can't play her and return her to your hand. So you have to turn 1 play Kitty Pryde. So you can return and play Kitty on turn 2. Only her effect will buff her. So you can return her to your hand and play her on the same turn. What you cannot do is play her and then return her to your hand. All right. It was pretty hard to find this info, frankly. Like, it was hard to find. It wasn't easy. I'm going to screenshot this because it's like, oh, that's how that works. I mean, because I think a lot of people thought, oh, you could play her and then return her back to your hand. No, she has to be played. And then once she is played, you can bring her back to your hand and you could replay her. Okay, cool, right? So, and I want to talk about something, and I'm going to probably wait until more people are here to talk about it, but maybe I'll talk about it before we get going. Rank mode. Your Jewish survey? Yeah. Yeah, this information is everywhere, dude. And so, like, I even clapped at this Steven guy on Twitter. I was like, he made a post. So Kraken Null's a buddy of mine, right? And Kraken Null complained that nobody was able to get King on the day of King came out. Random tweet from Steve's personal Twitter account. Well, we're going to change that next patch. when the new card goes live into the game, everybody will have on their first refresh a chance to buy them. Cool. Can you post that in some centralized place? I have to follow random every single second dinner employee and hope to catch that snippet of information from your random tweet on a response to crack a null. And no response. Like, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to go. Can you post that on Discord somewhere? Where do you want your information? Where do you want your information released? Pick a place. Anyways. Yeah, Kitty might replace Sunspot. The synergy she's going to have with, let's say, Angela and Bishop is going to be very good. Anyways, that's just a miniature rant. I don't think this is a big deal. Now, something that worries me. Did any of you guys watch the Educated Collins video about matchmaking? Very good video. I feel like I agree with everything in the video. The video was good. There was one part of the video that I think needed to be talked about more, or maybe I felt like it was a bigger deal. So, like, there are a handful of players, and I'm talking like 5 players that, are able to, and I kind of glad that I didn't hit Botland. You guys know about Botland, right? If you've watched Code Deco or Educated Collins stream, or to a smaller degree, even Kane Best stream, do they play bots? So their MMR is so high that they play bots. And I feel bad for all of them because I know they get a lot of shit. Oh, you guys just play bots. Dude, what they did is hard. You don't get to where they're at unless you're good at the game, right? And even Educated Collins in his videos, like, yeah, I can't even defend these arguments. Like, it's not my fault they have a fucked up system, right? They just play bots, right? Yeah, botlands, yeah. And I'm actually I've actually asked Educated Collins and the Deco guys, I said, when do you hit botland? And they said it's mostly based off MMR, but if they were going to assign a number to rank, because we don't know what MMR is, right? It's imaginary. They said it's about 150. So I don't think I would enjoy being in botland. I actually don't mind being where I'm at. I also do this part-time. I mean, I'm a full-time content creator, yes, but I part-time play Marvel Snap. I part-time play Marvel Strike Force. Well, that's not true. I full-time Marvel Strike Force, part-time Marvel Snap. So I don't have more than 4 hours a day to do Marvel Snap. And I think if I got to 150 or 200, it would be bad in general, right? I don't think that's a good thing. Now, the one thing that, like, I think people are like upset with matchmaking. Matchmaking's garbage. Let's just get that out of the way. And MMR's garbage. But Deco and Collins and Cam Best playing bots doesn't really affect me. I mean, I feel bad for them in a way because they're having a shitty gameplay experience. Like, all they are is playing bots. And, and I don't have that. I go up against Molt and TSLG and Regis and Jeff and Dara. I mean, I play against these guys. I played against Specimen the other day. If you watch the stream, you know that I play against other streamers quite often when I queue. And that's fine, right? So this is not the problem. This is not the problem. This is not a problem for most people. Like, these Deco guys hitting 1,000 is not actually negatively impacting you. What I'm going to suggest right now is affecting you and is potentially affecting your climb. Infinite players tank their MMR by using Agatha and botting Agatha to collect battle pass rewards. Then they have a super shitty MMR. The season starts. Their MMR is the same as somebody at level 30 or level 40 or level 50, whatever. But they have all the cards. But what they have is a bad MMR because they tanked it intentionally with Agatha. Or I don't know if it's intentional. Maybe they just wanted the boosters. Maybe they just wanted the battle pass rewards. Here's the point. What percentage of matches played for players above level 100, infinite players above 3,000 collection power? What percentage of matches are Agatha botting matches? What is your guess? What percentage of infinite players are just farming with Agatha? What percentage of matches? Are you ready for the number? It's like 42%. I pulled up the tweet and I was like, holy moly. 42.85% of players above the rank 100 with a 3,000 collection level are using Agatha. 42.85% of the matches are Agatha bot matches. So this is doing two things. One, these players are getting all of the battle pass rewards. I'm at season pass 105, let's say. They're at like 400, right? Because they are literally spamming 24/7 on BlueStacks, Agatha decks, destroying their MMR, getting boosters for Agatha, getting all the season pass, collecting season pass rewards, collecting gold, collecting credits, and the developers said they're going to cap it. But what's worse is that the next season starts and they load up their Thanos deck. They load up their Shuri deck and they're playing against low MMR players. They're actually stomping over people and cruising to infinite because they did this. They're cruising to infinite because of this. Because they've destroyed their MMR by playing Agatha. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is this doesn't affect me. Like, these guys right here hitting rank 1000 does not affect me. But if I'm at level 40 playing against a infinite player that has an extremely artificially low MMR, and they stop me using a Thanos deck or a Shuri deck, that does affect me. This absolutely affects almost everyone. They need to boost Agatha. This affects the players. And when 45% of the matches that are happening in Infinite at collection level above 3,000 are Agatha battle pass farming rewards, let me ask you this. This is also something that does not make sense to me. How many of you are at level 70, level 80, level 90? And I know everybody says this, well, all I play is infinite players and I get stomped by them. How many of you are playing against Agatha infinite players, though? If 42% of the matches are Agatha matches, then shouldn't people be getting like a large number of Agatha matches and free cubes. I don't know what's going on. Like, all of this confuses me. You face what? I mean, I don't know. Are let me ask you this. Are 42%, 43% of the infinite players that you're coming across Agatha players? I wondered when I get people that time out. Yeah, they're timing out. Well, do they play Agatha and then time out? Because what happens is, as long as Agatha stays in the deck, they don't time out. But as soon as they play Agatha, it pretty much times out, I think. I never see Agatha. Yeah. Which, and I know they keep saying, how is, I don't know. How do they, I don't know. Like, this whole, matchmaking is screwed. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that there's going to be some announcement about rank rewards. Got to get this out of here. Get this out of here. Look at that. Can you imagine, like, people that have like 20,000 Agatha boosters? Because when you play an Agatha deck, you don't get boosters for the other cards. You only get Agatha boosters. Two days, the Galactus meta? I don't know. All right, any other thoughts before we go to move to the move deck? Yeah, okay, so I have not played a lot of Agatha, so I actually don't really know how Agatha works. It sounds so stupid, Red. I believe Agatha starts in your hand, and she plays for you. If she has a situation where she can play herself, she will. And then you regain control as soon as Agatha's on the board. But while she's in your hand and she starts in your hand, she has control. And then the system only awards Agatha boosters. You won't get Sif boosters. You won't get any of those boosters at all. You only get Agatha boosters. She's like Ego. Yeah, she's just like Ego. Yeah, I'm about 2,600 collection level and 75 on the season pass. I have fought 2 Agatha 2 times total. Yeah, I don't play Agatha. I don't, honestly, it's hard to be critical of people that are doing this, because literally that was the intent and design of the card. Hey guys, here's a card so that you can bot the game. I mean, think about it. Like, I can't be like critical of Agatha players. Players are acting in their best interests. The card was designed for this. Like, why do they put, if they don't want people botting the game, then why do they make this card? Yeah, I almost feel like this card should be deleted from the game. No, yeah, we can't be mad at Agatha players because they literally made this card exactly for what people are using it for. Botting season pass rewards, tanking MMR, getting Agatha boosters so they can attack, without playing the game. I mean, why does this card even exist? I'm always reluctant, this is going to sound kind of weird. Players act in their best interests, and it's the developer's job to prevent incentivizing weird shit. The developer's obligation is to not incentivize weird shit. This is some weird shit. They've incentivized tanking MMR. The developers have incentivized booster farming. They have created a card and a mechanic that enables it. This is on Second Dinner. This is on the developers. The players act in their own best interests, and Second Dinner needs to work around that and understand that players will act in their best interests. Yeah. Yeah, players just act in their own best interests. And when you actually give players a tool to do that, why wouldn't they do that? Why wouldn't they do that? They're saying, please do this. Please. I mean, it's not even like you have to like hack the game to do this. You literally just load the game up on BlueStacks, and BlueStacks has, you know, clicker tools. Like, you don't have to do anything all. Just click, 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 click. It's just a clicker tool. It's not like hacking. It's not next level. It's literally just a clicker tool that's built into BlueStacks. It just explodes once. And so you get once from the explosion and once from the Arnim Zola. So if you have a 10 power Nimrod, let's say Shuri. Okay, let's just talk about this. So the question is about Nimrod and Arnim Zola. You play Shuri turn 4, Nimrod in the middle, let's say, on its own lane for 10 power on turn 5. Then you play Arnim Zola. You're going to get 20 power in each lane. I'm going to suggest to you that is worse than Black Panther. Like, if you're trying to abuse Nimrod with Arnim Zola, Black Panther is just a better option. Black Panther's is going to be better than Nimrod. I did the math already on it. Black Panther is just better. Yeah. Does that make sense, Chan Jam? If you're trying to figure out how to use Nimrod and Arnim Zola, please realize that Black Panther is just better. Yeah, he's not better than Black Panther. Maybe card bans, exclusion of matchmaking, capping rank sites. Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit antagonistic here about matchmaking. First, I want to acknowledge 3 things, and then I'm going to let you tell me if I'm wrong or not, because I think I'm going to say something that's a little bit controversial. 1, I feel like matchmaking is kind of shitty right now, and rank system is kind of weird. All right. 2, I've always, every game I've ever played, they've never been able to get matchmaking right. Ever. In any game I've ever played. 3, how much is this just bitching by bad players? I'm a shitty player, therefore matchmaking sucks. It's not because I'm garbage at this game. It's not that I'm trash at this game. It's because of matchmaking. It's everybody else's fault. I play the game for 20 minutes a day and I lose. And I'm going to go complain. How much of it is that? I'm just saying. I don't know. All right, I got some Discord messages. Let me read them. That's a definite, yeah. Yeah, I'm not bad. The game is broken. I swear. Like, generally, I'm empathetic when a large number of people say the same thing about matchmaking, because I've experienced wonky matchmaking myself, and I thought this is kind of bad. But then on the flip side, like, how much of it is just people, like, not good at the game complaining about matchmaking? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Yeah. Ooh. Burun said something super interesting. I wish there was an option to play in specific pools, like you start at pool 3, but get people all pool 3. It's harder people at pool 2 or something exclusive. That's kind of interesting. So there's really only... I want to suggest something to you, though, that most of the... There are some very busted 4 and 5 cards, specifically Shuri and Thanos. But largely, the good cards that, in my opinion, the good cards that... Like, some of the best cards in the game are not pool 4 and 5. Arrow, Leech, She-Hulk. They're just not 4 and 5 cards. Other than Shuri and Thanos, you know, there are most of the problems that are not about series 4 and 5. Shuri and Thanos are pretty oppressive right now. So I think that having a pool 3 only option would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah. But you got to keep in mind that also Second Dinner very much wants people to feel, well, I don't know that they do, but I'm going to guess that if they care about making money, they want you to feel like you are missing something, and they want to incentivize your spending because you feel like you don't have something. For example, if you lose to a certain card over and over again, then you want that card, and then you spend money to get that card. They are financially incentivized to make you feel that way. I think a lot of the bitching about matchmaking would drop if they would be honest about it, switch the decks and tell me the system doesn't read it and take it into consideration. I swear. Now, did anybody watch the Dara stream with the developer? I can't find the stream, and if there was a consolidated YouTube video, like I'm willing to watch. I watched Educated Collins' video yesterday. It was 40 minutes long, so I'm willing to spend 40 minutes on a topic. But I'm not willing to go rifle through a 3 or 4 hour long stream. Is there a video that highlights specifically the Dara developer conversation? The rank system will be announcement tomorrow. Simple. Okay, so I think the region lock on ranked has been removed. Are you guys familiar with the streamer by the name of Specimen? I played Specimen yesterday. I don't know if there's a region lock anymore. Like, how did I match up against Specimen? I believe he's from the UK. So I don't know if there's a region lock anymore. I feel like yeah, he's from the UK. I matched up against him the other day. Unless it was a fake Specimen. That's the other thing too. It could have been somebody with a fake name. I didn't go on the stream. I probably would have went on the stream to see if it was actually him. Maybe not. Yeah, but I typically only play like the US guys, like I said earlier in the stream. Anyways, enough bitching. Any other things that anything that we could add to this conversation about, anything interesting about matchmaking that we can talk about or ranked? Yeah, region locking doesn't make any sense in the game. I agree, Trit. I 100% agree. I think if they open up the regions, it should help a little bit. It feels like that should be a thing and would make the matchmaking better by having a larger pool of players. Yeah. I don't know. Arena shards? No. I mean, I play against all right, let's do this move deck. All right, I got to do another little rant. Oh my god. So thank you for helping me yesterday. I feel like I played this game last night. I played this deck last night. Oh, you want to know what the win condition of this deck is? When was I don't know, Steve. I don't know. Everybody talks about it, but it was on his stream and I don't know. There's going to be, yeah, Blazin, we talk about potential changes. The actual announcement will be tomorrow. Yeah, I'm in Asia and I face against Teddy Ninja. Yeah, I don't know if the region lock is still a thing. All right. So I have sad news about this deck. You ready for the sad news about this deck? This deck wins when it plays Leech on turn 5. Holy shit, this is not a move deck. This is a Leech deck. We're changing the name of this deck. Leech deck with some random move stuff. It's not a move deck. It's a Leech deck. The deck does nothing. It basically wins when Leech goes off. This deck does nothing at all but other than facilitate Leech. I swear to God, there's nothing to this deck. This deck does nothing. It's not even a move deck. I mean, I've played this deck, not a lot, but I mean, I played it enough to upgrade a lot of the cards to Infinite Border, right? I played it enough to lose without trying. I'm trying to win. Believe me, I don't try to lose. Miles More. Okay, I don't have. I don't want. I got to change the name of this. It's too long. Miles, yeah, I think Miles would be helpful too. Which of the non-infinite ones, which card could I remove? Craven? I'm not. See, I'm trying to get the boosters for Iron Fist, Dagger, Multiple Men, Hulkbuster. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I don't want to remove those 4 cards. Iron Fist, Dagger, Hulkbuster, Multiple Men. I want to keep. Human Torch. Remove Human Torch and put in Miles. All right. I have no problem doing that. I actually enjoy the deck very much. But after playing it for a couple hours last night, I was like, shit, I'm just winning because of Leech. Is this deck really doing anything other than facilitating Leech? I'm not even sure. Where's Miles? How come I can't see Miles? I don't even know the power on Miles. There he is. Remove Torch, put in Sarah. Yeah, exactly. Then it's like, all right. So I do enjoy the mechanics of the deck. It's fun to play, but I started thinking about the matches that I actually won, and I came to the conclusion that a lot of them were just because Leech on turn 5. Anyways, sad day, I guess. And I feel like every time I play it, I get a little bit better. All right, I think I'm going to Iron Fist into Vulture into Doctor Strange. Oh. I haven't been getting mirrors, to be honest with you. So, do I want to play Cloak or Doctor Strange? Or Cloak, or... See, Nightcrawler's probably going to move. I guess we're going to play Cloak and Dagger. Interesting. All right, we won. We won because of move deck. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm playing the move deck for two reasons. One, I've never played it. Two, I'm got some weirdness with. I've got some strange weirdness with. I want to, complete, all of these cards, get them to an infinite border. I know that's stupid, but you can't really get all of them to infinite unless you play them. So this is just an opportunity to play, a deck, that, and I'm going to do that, probably tomorrow I'll play probably a Patriot deck just to get Misty Knight up and running. You know what I mean? And it's actually kind of, I don't know, man. I feel like the more I can learn about this game, the better is where I'm at. What a weirdo. I want to play new cards. Yes, I actually enjoy. First of all, yesterday when I was thinking about this, I was kind of like, all right. Oh, this is a Thanos deck. All right. All right, so I just won. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Is this really just a leech deck? Can't say much. I lost 30 or 40 matches road to get Magic to Infinite Border. Yeah. Take Leech out. I unfortunately like winning. I'm a player. I hate to say this. I play to win. I don't play to lose. And when I looked at the various move deck lists that had good cube rates, they had Leech. Therefore, Leech is in this deck. What does that say about Leech? I will let you decide. Yeah, I'm not a play to lose type of person. Oof, I didn't see that. Fist tower. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. Yeah, I lost. All right. My brain is play to lose, but I'm not. All right. So now I've got something to upgrade later. I don't have the credits, but I'll have the credits tomorrow. No, yeah, I don't really care if other people Agatha farm. Like I said earlier in the stream, players act in their best interest, and it's up to the developers to de-incentivize bad behaviors that, or what is perceived as a bad behavior. Like, I don't fault the players for acting in their best interests. All right, let's put Craven down first. We don't really have the move scenario here. I guess we'll put down Vulture. Oh, we just want to load up everybody here? All right, yeah, we're going to try to get as many of them over to Strange Academy as possible. I'm going to put Vulture here, then Doctor Strange into Strange Academy, and pull the Vulture over. And what do we got there? Dagger, okay. Oh wait, I can do cloak, right? Do I want to do that now and just bring everything over here the next turn? All right, and then if I have priority, then doesn't Craven get all the benefit of the cards that they move? Sure, we would probably lose. Oh, I think that's what I want to do. Doesn't Craven get the benefit of them moving also? It does. I think Craven's better than Dagger in this situation with Cloak. Oh, they didn't move. Okay. MODOK. Woof. Wait a minute. Why didn't I just play Leech? Chat! I'm playing a Leech deck and I forgot to play Leech and I lost. I would have won the game. I would have won the game if I would have played Leech. That's what I get for not paying attention. All right, well, we're going to lose this one. Maybe. Wow, did we just win? That was pretty cool. See, it's cool, right? See, I'm telling you, the move deck is cool. Anyways, I'm a fan of this move deck. I've been converted over to like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. Like, I feel like Heimdall's a little bit predictable, but that was pretty cool, right? Look at that. 18 power Vulture, 14 power Craven. That is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I was kind of a move hater, but the more I play it, I was like, this is pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is that bendable straws? Yeah, I don't think it's garbage is what I'm trying to say. Yes, sir. Ping me on send me a DM real quick. And then I'll mod you here. Yeah, just ping me real quick on Discord. Oh, do I want to put that there? I do. Yeah, I have not done a video on Super Scroll. Hmm. Oh, okay. Thank you. I haven't figured the deck out yet. Thank you, D-Law. Thank you for introducing me to this deck. It's been a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, I feel like it's bad. Hmm. Yeah, I'm torn here between playing Doctor Strange and Spider-Man or just leeching them. I feel like Leech just wins. I hate to say that. I feel like, I mean, I don't think I played this correctly, but I mean, I guess I can play Doctor Strange here, and then that'll pull over Dagger. I don't know what I'm doing. Joe Green coming through. Good morning. Spending more of my wife's money. Thank you. All right, they leached me. All right, we're going to dip out. I don't think I played it perfectly, but yeah, I probably should have just leached there and, or I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe Chavez? I have no idea. Yeah, I think I could have won with Chavez, maybe. Cards can't be played here. I almost want to snap. We're going to snap. There you go. All right, Bendable. I did both accounts. And then when I wonder if they realize that I've got a move deck. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just put her over there to the right. Ego, amazing. And this is my domain. All right, let's see what happens. Dagger works best with Polaris or Arrow. Got it. So that's a different deck than this. All right, I'm kind of playing this deck here because of I want boosters for some of these cards. Play Leech. Oh my God. Ego, you're garbage. I think moving their cards would be better, right? Oh my God, play Chavez right. Play Chavez right. What the hell? Why are you garbage at this game? Yeah, I've noticed Craven works pretty well with Cloak. If the other team goes for it, right? Craven works with their side as well. Like if they choose to protect, like if you put Cloak and Craven in the same lane, that seems to be okay. All right, well, we got the Hulkbuster multiple man thing, which I guess is pretty cool. And then move him again with Heimdall. Yeah, this feels okay. All right. Breaking news. Leech. Nice. Oh, it's so fun. We're both going to play Leech on... Time Stone. And then I'm going to play this over there and get another copy of Multiple Man, right? Maybe I should go middle. I don't know. I mean, I think this is okay. Then we're going to get Chavez. I mean, I don't know. Oh, Xandar actually kind of threw that off. Like if Xandar wasn't there, then I could have pulled over both of them. Yeah. Right? Yeah, we'll try the Polaris thing. I just kind of want to get through some of the, like, the boosters on, like, Hulkbuster. And then I'll be more flexible with what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use cards that I don't have infinite border on it. All right, we won. Yeah. I mean, the deck wins. I just think it's a higher skill set than some of the other decks I've been playing. All right, multiple man over there. I guess we'll play Hulkbuster on top of that again. Seems pretty good. Cards that cost one. All right, well, Dagger can't go there. Miles can't go there. Can't play here after turn 4. Huh. What do I want to do? I think I want to put Craven or Vulture Dagger there and just see what happens. Maybe we can pull him over later or something. I don't know. It's a leech deck. Oh, that's good. It's a leech deck, remember? Our win condition is leech. It's a leech deck. Oh, we're playing leech decks. You're playing Thanos Leech. I'm playing Move Leech. All right. Well, this is good because then I can bring over multiple. We'll do that next turn. Do I just want to play this because I need the points, even though they're dead cards? We're gonna draw into. We're going to draw into Chavez. Yeah. I mean, they're going to be stuck here, right? Well, I mean, maybe I don't want to do that. Oh, did I just screw up? Wait, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Undo all actions. All right. Well, I'm going to retreat because I played it wrong. Because I wanted to bring over multiple man and Vulture, and I shouldn't have played these cards, and then I would have had Chavez. Maybe I only wanted... Oh, shit. They're going to play an 11 power. Yeah. Yeah, I screwed this up bad. Eight power, 7 power. Yeah, I screwed it up. All right, well, we're going to rethink that. They haven't. We talk about it at the beginning of the stream. I'll go over it here in a little bit more, but we just talked about it, so I'll come back to it. There's no way of top decking Heimdall because I'm playing Chavez. But basically, I'll do it real quick. We aren't too happy with the current state of ranked. We have a change going live at the start of next season. Hope that makes it a little better. We think more changes are needed after that too. One of the things that they changed is that. One of the things that they changed silently without telling anybody is that something they changed without telling anybody is your credits now count for your collection levels. So the hoarding credits at level 600 doesn't work anymore. And no mention of that anywhere to anybody. Just, hey, we changed it. You're trying to hoard credits at level 600? Yeah, that's not going to work. All right, what do we want to do? Oh, wow, that's not what I wanted. Justin, all of the matches I win with this deck are with Leech. I would highly suggest trying Leech instead of Vision, and let me know how that turns out for you. Just try it. Literally, Leech. This is a Leech deck. I changed the name of the deck to Leech deck with some move. I don't know what I want to do here. I feel like conflicted, actually. Let's put Leech there, multiple man there. I hate this. I hate these guys. You know, I'm just going to do it like that. I hate them. Yeah, all of them. This is, yeah, just to be silly, I've renamed this deck Leech deck with move. Is a literal, I say we didn't draw into, I don't want to bring over Craven, do I? Yeah, I hate to say this. This deck mostly wins solely because of Leech. Like, I could take out a different card and add Vision, but I've actually renamed the deck. Look at the name of the deck. Leech deck with move. Leech deck that wins with some move afterthought. It makes me sad that potentially this deck is better with Leech than it is with Vision. Imagine that. Imagine a move deck that is better with Leech than Vision. That sounds like garbage if you ask me. That means that could mean that there's something wrong with a card, maybe. Maybe there's a problem with the card. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, so you found it. All right, I'm going to watch that. Should we watch that on stream? Yeah, in my hour or two last night playing, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what's going on today, man. Yeah, Leech is kind of weird right now. I'm kind of tired of like nerf this, nerf that. I just we're gonna snap. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right. I yesterday I had in my video the steampunk variants. I wonder where I put them. I put them in 2 days ago's video. Let me pull it up. It was in that. Let's see if I can do it this way. Does anybody remember there was 5 Marvel Snap, YouTube official? I love this video, by the way.
Reserves are running low. New targets with unsanctioned abilities have been identified.
During this event, Bishop, Falcon, Shocker, Cerebro, Yellow Jacket.
Steampunk Bishop? Falcon, no. Shocker, no. Cerebro, no. Yellow Jacket, no. Steampunk Bishop. Is that it? No. Is that the steampunk version there? Steampunk. There it is right there. Yes, Justin. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I appreciate you trying to be like tell me about Vision. Like it's not a bad suggestion. Leech is in a weird spot right now. Can we agree that Leech is in a weird spot? And that's that. All right, Cerebro, Bishop, Yellow Jacket. I mean, I guess I'll take them if I get them. I don't care. The only one that I really want is Bishop. I wouldn't mind that. The baby variant of Professor X isn't too shabby. I just don't really play these cards. And as you guys know, I'm not even a really diehard Cerebro player. I feel like Cerebro players are like in their own cult. Yeah. Yeah, I like them. I like all of these cards. I just don't play these cards that much. The only card that I really play is Bishop. All right, give me a Cosmo pixel art. Should I not buy Cerebro? I just have it pinned. Make your deck better again. Add Leech. Yep. I hate to say it. That Leech just this deck right here. Most of the time, I'm winning because of Leech, which is really sad if you think about it, because there's no synergy at all. It's just a counter card. I don't think they need to change the text on Leech. I feel like even reducing the stats, I don't know, man. I have no opinion. I don't care. My brain hurts when I talk about like nerfs and buffs at this point. I don't know. Why are there two Hulk fists in this picture? Something I was going to do. Oh, I was going to go to Bishop. Yeah, I've got a lot of... Yeah, if I wouldn't mind having the Bishop one. I don't think I'm going to open my collector's reserves just for a chance at a steampunk Bishop. I don't care enough. But if they do a series drop or something like that, maybe I'll open these up. If they drop a bunch of cards into Series 3, I'll dump them all. Just to get those cards out of Series 3. And be Series 3 complete. I think that's going to be my plan. I'm going to wait till a series drop. I think so. I don't know the history to Leech. I mean, Leech. I feel like so Craven left. Then I guess I know you normally want to play Craven in the middle, but Murder World, right? And I kind of want to play on Curve. All right. So I'm going to play Vulture, Doctor Strange. I mean, I guess I'll put Doctor Strange over here in Hell's Kitchen. I guess I can do the same thing with kind of like this better actually. Yeah, I'm gonna move Craven into the middle. But it was Murder World. Oh, Dagger mid would have been better, huh? Yeah, 100%. Got it, got it, got it. I see it now. I want this card. I want this card. That's kind of a mess.
Today, we're going to be going through and doing a little discussions. Looks like Saturday night.
Oh, She-Hulk would have been better. They top decked Arrow, right? All right. Well, they top decked Arrow. Would you pay? I will not. I'm not spending money on pick. I don't typically buy cosmetics. I hate to say this. Like, if you guys have watched me, I'm kind of like hate, like on other games, I don't really like cosmetics. Why do I like cosmetics more in this game than other games? I don't want to spend any money on it. I'm not spending money on it. But if I got a Pixel Cosmo, this sounds so stupid. Like, I'd be like, it just sounds so dumb when I say it out loud. They announced the full announcement will be tomorrow. All right. Should I put Cloak here and then I can move Dagger and over there, but then they'll be clogged, right? Is that good to clog them? I don't know. I feel like I should have put Cloak mid. Yeah, I should have put Cloak mid. Yeah, I played it wrong. Yeah, Cloak mid would have been better. All right, that's all. That's okay. Yeah, I really like the cosmetic system in this game, and we're gonna retreat here, because I played it wrong. I hope that Second Dinner is able to make enough money off of cosmetics so that they do not have to resort to predatory and shady mobile game monetization. One can hope. So about Kitty Pryde, hope it does not kill Sunspot. I think it's going to be a different kind of card. Why are they snapping me? I don't understand why they're snapping me. All right. I know why they're snapping me. All right, they're going to drop Doc Ock right here. All right, Wave, fine. Blizzard, fine. Yeah, how do you win against a Galactus deck without Leech? There's a question. Destroyer. Oof. Nice. No, I leeched his null. Basically, I lost to a leeched destroyer and a leeched Titania. Leech lost me the game. Yeah, this is not a good deck, by the way. Anybody that's watching, please understand that this is a fun deck, something that because the season's wrapping down, I have a curiosity in it. I would like to learn. I feel like it's interesting. I like to play different things. Also, I really want to like explore new things. Also, it has to do with me wanting to get infinite border on some of these cards. So, if you're looking for a competitive, I mean, the sad state of the game is right now is I think a lot of people want to have creativity. The reality is that the meta is pretty punishing against creativity. I mean, how many competitive deck lists are there right now? 4? I'm not even sure if there's more than 4. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want to play other things, there's just not a lot of other things. I mean, if you want to play Shuri Red Skull, you're going to win. If you want to play Thanos, this is my problem. I think they should nerf bad cards and buff. No. I think they should buff bad cards and nerf good cards. What the fuck were they thinking when they buffed Thanos? I don't know what to say. Like, what? How many? Okay, so there's 200 cards in the game. Was Thanos the worst card in the game? Was he 175th in the game? Was he 150th in the game? Was he 100th in the game? Was he 75th? Holy shit! Why did they buff Thanos? He was such a garbage card before they buffed him. There was no other possible logical choice. There were no other shittier cards than Thanos that needed buffs. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that there were no other cards they could have buffed? None. Maybe. I don't know. It just seemed really weird. Like, I'm happy that they did, like, the types of things that we got to give credit to where credit's due. Like the buff to Namor, Spider-Woman, and Dagger were the types of buffs that I think we should see. We should be buffing those cards. Those cards needed buffs. Other cards need those kinds of buffs also. Those buffs, maybe you think like, so what? I still don't play Namor. I still don't. It doesn't matter. Those are the types of cards that need buffs. They absolutely need buffs. Leech harder, you peasants. And then I feel like now that I've thought about it more, I think the Darkhawk thing was kind of a mistake too. Like, Darkhawk was already nerfed into oblivion with the Zabu nerf. So why do they need to mess with Darkhawk? Darkhawk was one of the few things that possibly could work against Thanos, right? Like, I made a video about it yesterday. By that way, that video did not do well, view-wise. But I was that deck that it's basically a Darkhawk deck, but there were situations that I lost because of that one point. That one point on Darkhawk, I know for a fact that it cost me one game, where I ended up tying a location and losing the match. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, what the hell is this? Fuck it. We're gonna retreat. So let's do it. Oh, I'm retreating, guys. I'm retreating. Yeah. Leech does not synergize well with Mindscape. Yeah, matchmaking is weird at best. There's some flaws with matchmaking. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like like, if you like playing the same decks over and over again, you can build a good Shuri deck and win over and over again, or a good Thanos Lockjaw deck and win over and over again. It's fine. It is what it is, I suppose. We're gonna put Hulkbuster on top of this, and then we're gonna put Doctor Strange over in Mirror Dimension, I guess. You know, unless nowhere is not gonna. It's just gonna be there. What will go back into my hand? An 8-powered multiple man? Huh. Maybe I want to keep doing that. 7 power multiple man is going to go back to my hand. Why wouldn't I want to just keep playing that over and over and over and over again? And then eventually play Heimdall, right? Let's put Craven here. I love this card. I love you. You are the best. Well, the token, Seth, the tokens that you're getting on the thousands in a very particular pattern. You're getting them every 4th box, basically. Yeah, Time Stone on 3 is pretty good. It's fine. Time Stone on 3, yeah. Yeah, Seth, the 100 tokens. So the 100 tokens remains the 100 tokens remains the same when you are in pool 3 complete or not pool 3 complete. It's just that when you are pool 3 complete, instead of pulling a series 3 card, they give you a random amount of, let's just do Craven in the middle. I don't know if I have to, I can explain it, but I feel like I have to talk a lot. At the 100 tokens, yeah, it happens every 4th card, basically, regardless. I don't know what to do here. Hulkbuster seems kind of bad in this deck without Torch. The only reason why Hulkbuster is here is for multiple man and Torch. And now that we remove Torch, Hulkbuster seems like a dead card. I mean, in general. I guess I'm going to play Vulture. Nice. I guess I can bounce Vulture. These are now that doesn't help me. Wait, does this work? Wait, this works. Hey, oh, this works, right? But that's confusing as fuck. Oh my god. Yeah. No, this deck is confusing. Straight up. Straight up, this deck is confusing. All right, so we're gonna yank the Vulture back. And I feel like, where do I want Spider-Man to be? And then we're going to Heimdall on the last turn. You think Dagger is better than Spider-Man right now? Oh, yeah, I should have said Dagger. Shit. Should have did Dagger. She's already at 4 power, and then she would have got a bunch more when Heimdalled. Yeah, so I misplayed that. I love this card. What do you think the chances are? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I misplayed it, but it turned out the same. It turned out the same though, really. Yeah, fist bump. Yeah, I don't. I think, first of all, I think that there is a logical reason why Leech exists. I do think a card like Leech that screws over turn 6 players in concept is a reasonable idea. Well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have All right, we'll go Doctor Strange in the middle, I guess. Morales? I just put in Morales. Who did I took out? I had Human Torch there before. Morales, you could sub in a lot of other cards. I don't think you need Morales overall. Okay. This drives me insane. So the best card to play right now is Leech. All these cool interactions that I just got off with Miles and Dagger and all this stuff that I could do, and the best card for me to play right now is Leech. Depressing. Yep. They just lost because of that. Is that enough to win? Oh, I lost by 1 point. Heimdall Wright would have lost. So Wright would have won? How would have Wright would have won? Wright wouldn't have won. They have 18 points in Wright. I don't understand. I'm very confused. How would have the multiple man did come by? Yeah, okay. Thank you. I was like, you're confusing me, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure I played that correctly. That's okay. I want to watch this video. Is this video going to be... Boy, this video only has 100 views on it. I feel like if there was something interesting in the video, it'd have more than 100 views. What do you think? Did I just put Cloak out for the points? No, we're just going to put Rocket out for the points. On reveal, effects do not happen. All right, we're going to play Multiple Man and Cloak on the next turn. And I guess we're going to suck them into the middle. I'm doing good. Yeah, this deck I think is... I still don't think it's competitive if you understand it perfectly, unfortunately. I'm a little worried about... I mean, I can only... I guess Heimdall? I don't really know. Feels bad. I'm going to draw into Chavez next turn, so maybe that's fine. We're going to have multiple mans everywhere, and then we're going to have a pretty big vulture. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad move. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to get... So, did you guys notice that last season, around this time, I started playing discard decks? Like, in advance of MODOK coming, I started playing discard decks. Like, I will start playing, like, decks in advance. Like, I think there may be a version of move that will be popular someday, and I might as well learn it now. Or at least most of it now. I feel like it's pretty nuanced and complicated. Like, I have respect for move players now. I've watched who plays a lot of move? Molt? I've watched him play. And I thought to myself, why is he playing move? And now I get it. I don't think it's good. I think it's super interesting and potentially powerful. Let's see if he's got Killmonger. This is actually probably good for him because he's running death. Yeah. +4. What do I want to do here? I don't have anything. Draw into something. All right, dagger. Is that worth doing? Just moving dagger over there? And then I could bring her back over this way later with Doctor Strange, or... Feels weak. I guess not. What is that? She's basically a 6 power card. Okay. We're going to be playing Leech. Yeah, I don't know if I would even put this. Would D-Law, what would you say this is? Tier 3? I think a high skilled move player might be a tier 3 deck. I think the way that I'm playing this deck is tier 4. Frankly. Should have chose middle. No, a tier 3 deck. Yeah, tier 3 deck. Yeah. A tier 3 deck, if you're playing it correctly, and with me playing it, it is tier 4. I go in the middle, right? And I leeched them. He just plays anything right here and he wins, right? All right, we'll give them the cube. So what do you think, Steve? I pulled Sauron and Shuri, but don't have Red Skull. Woof. You definitely need Red Skull. Run, don't walk. Acquire Red Skull. Holy shit, you've got a good deck if you can get Red Skull. Oh yeah, Leech destroys that. All right. All right, let's make a video. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Multiple man. We're going to put Hulkbuster on top of that. Tomorrow night, yeah. I know I'm the only person in the world that feels this way, but I kind of wish we had a hot location today. And I know I'm alone. I know nobody else feels that way, but should I snap here? What's snap here? What's up, Edwins? Yeah, I actually like I'm kind of getting bored of this a little bit right here, and I feel like if there was some whacked out featured location, then I'd be playing a different deck right now, is what I'm trying to say. Yay! I love Leech. I love Leech. I love Leech. All right, so we lose there. But what did they pull out of the middle? Oh my God. Wow. All right. We lost. So worth noting is that we 1000% lost because of the Thanos buff. We lost to the Thanos buff right now. If this was 8 power still, we would have won. Battle Pass card. What is the featured location? What is the first featured location day? Where's that video?
We have uncovered new locations to hunt down targets. They are Orcus Forge. After you play a card here, add a sentinel to your hand.
I actually feel like tomorrow night, I hate to say this, I know this is not what you want to hear. I probably will be playing one of these 3 decks. I don't know which, and I haven't made up my mind yet, but I probably will be playing this. Probably playing this. I probably will be playing this. I probably will be playing this. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Nimrod for a second. And I think I'm going to ask a question, and I think the answer to the question is going to be obvious. But why or how? Why is Black Panther not played that much? How? Secondly, and how do you disrupt what Black Panther wants to do? And I think the answer to that question is largely going to be a similar answer to Nimrod. Yeah, it's a little different because of the destroy, but I just see like Cosmo and Armor just like negating the benefit of Nimrod, and it's going to be pretty easy to telegraph and work around. I could be wrong. I mean, I definitely want to try it. I'm definitely going to play it. I have some ideas of what I want to do. But I suspect it's going to be about as impactful as Black Panther. Wave into Null. Nimrod, Arnim Zola, task ending. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, I think that the turn 6 Galactus is going to be a thing. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be similar to that of Black Panther. Like, I remember when Black Panther came out, we were like, oh, this is going to be cool. Arnim Zola, blah, 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 blah. And it was, but it was pretty easy to stop. And I suspect, I don't know. I look at the I looked at the Nimrod card and I was like, oh, this is just like a different version of Black Panther, really, in some ways. Or not. It's not the right way of viewing it, because obviously it's different. It's very different, actually. But what I mean is that the way that you stop it from doing what it wants to do is going to be similar to that of Black Panther. All right, let's talk about matchmaking and make a video. Yeah, Leech. I don't know, man. I kind, I don't know. I mean, mostly it's hard to predict. All right. Let's see, Steve. Thank you for finding this information out, Steve. Oh, this is actually a good post. Holy moly. All right, so there was a I wish he would have made a video about it. On Dara's stream, Second Dinners, Tian Ding, who I follow on Twitter. He is a data analytics guy for Marvel Snap. He works for Marvel Snap. Great stream, taking notes. Anyway, something in error. I stopped taking notes after 4 hours. So it was a 4-hour stream, and that's the problem. On cards, best card at high MMR Sauron. All right, I can show you that data, but if you go into snap.fan, let's do that. Snap.fan. And you look at cards and you hit stats and then you sort, let's say, above collection level 3000. The data suggests that the best card in the game is Sauron. Now I have, all right. This is Snap Fan. Let's talk about it. The reason why I think this is true is because of one card. And that one card is Ebony Maw. So so let's talk about the pros and cons of Sauron. Let's talk about the cons first. The cons of Sauron is that you really can't play Armor and Cosmo. So the main reason why I stopped playing Sauron was that I could play Armor and Cosmo and protect my big Shuri, my big Red Skull, right? The upside to Sauron is that you don't have to play Titania and you can play Ebony Maw. And well, first of all, Titania can backfire and you have to kind of think about how to play her. And Ebony Maw is 7 power on turn 6 for 1 cost. You eliminate, and then also the obvious, but I think that's the biggest upside to Sauron. I understand that Typhoid Mary and Red Skull interaction with Sauron. I get that. So where Sauron shines in matches where you do not pull Shuri. So the non-Sauron Shuri builds that get Shuri and set up the board with Cosmo and Armor are fantastic. But you don't always pull Shuri. And I think the Sauron decks really shine when you don't pull Shuri. And I've played a lot of this deck. So I feel like I'm in a position to talk about Sauron and Shuri. I think I played the deck as much as anybody. Like, I don't know if there's that many people that have played more Sauron, Shuri, and Shuri Zero. Like, I feel like I've got like a 9,000 IQ perception on the differences between the two. The debate, the thing that I want to say about Sauron is Sauron even worth the differences between Sauron and the non-Sauron Shuri builds is so small, and I'm not sure that anybody can justify the 6,000 collector tokens. 6,000 collector tokens? I think I like to, can you sort by like last week? Because the other thing too is I noticed that Sauron, like I played Shuri before everybody played Shang-Chi, and now that everybody's playing Shang-Chi, I actually think the smart build is Shuri with Armor and Cosmo. I don't know, like, how different is this data? Like, can you sort? You can't sort by last week. Yeah, you can't sort for like last week on this data. If this data was like 1 week old, I think it would look different. Yeah, this might be, because this is since season 9, and at the beginning of this season, Sauron was like, okay, just win. Like, I got to Infinite in 3 days with Shuri Sauron. But I think the best, I don't know. I think you could argue which one is better, but at the end of the day, if you don't have Sauron, it doesn't matter. The Shuri build without Sauron is just as good. Maybe it's better, maybe it's not better. We can debate all day. But is it worth the collector tokens to find out? No, absolutely not. Is Sauron worth buying? No, you don't need him. You don't need him. I promise you don't need him. I promise you don't need him. Code for food. I can't get from 79 to 80 with the Shuri deck now. What build are you using? And secondly, I believe that is a snapping problem, a snap retreat problem. If you're not climbing, it's a snap retreat problem. I don't know how to say it any nicer. Let's switch decks. Like, that's the build that I think is the most straightforward right now. You could take out Typhoid Mary and put in Captain Marvel. I don't care. It's the same thing. Or Typhoid Mary slot could be Arnim Zola. I wouldn't use Arnim Zola in this build. But you could put in Captain Marvel instead of Typhoid Mary. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it code for food. I'm not trying to insult you, but I believe that the problem you're having is a snapping retreating problem. If you're using this build, because frankly, this particular deck, I don't know, and I can say this nicely too, is not hard to play. It's pretty linear. It's pretty straightforward. Like, the only card that is kind of tricky is Titania, and you just learn to play her later. If you don't you don't play her early. You zero her out if you're going to play her early, and you save her for the last turn. And then there's the only other trick to this deck really is understanding the interaction between Sunspot and She-Hulk and another 5-cost card. You play Shuri on 4, skip 5, your She-Hulk costs 1, and then from there you can either play a 20 power She-Hulk and a 20 power Taskmaster, or you can play Arrow and mess up everything. But basically, this deck is not hard to play. It just isn't. So then it becomes, then the skill curve on this deck is about snapping and not snapping. Does your opponent's deck play Shang-Chi? Yes or no? Okay. If they don't, is it a Leech deck? Okay, I don't care about Leech. This deck largely doesn't care about Leech. I think the biggest mistake for cube equity would be playing Shuri and then watching them retreat. You typically want to snap situationally. It depends on what you're playing against, but most of the time you want to snap before you play Shuri, and you just have to know what you're playing against and whether that's a favorable matchup or not. And then the deck is pretty straightforward. There's not much to it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to like explain when to snap and not when to snap, what locations are good, what locations are bad, what decks are good, and what deck backs, because I feel like when you're playing this game, you're making like 9,000 decisions and there's no absolutes, but you know, I would just hang in there, man. I think this deck can carry you to infinite. I also think that if you are at 70, 80, 90 right now, it's a shit show out there to climb to infinite in this last 2 days. I imagine it's a mess. I imagine matchmaking is a dumpster fire garbage right now. It has to be. I can't imagine it's fun. I imagine you're coming across like Thanos every other deck. Yeah, it has to be Thanos everywhere. And you got to be careful of Thanos decks. What's your opinion that meta now revolves around a Series 5 card than when it was a card as season pass? My opinion is I do not understand why they buffed Thanos. I do not understand. That's my opinion. I don't understand. Like, I thought buffs were reserved for underperforming cards. In what capacity was Thanos the 200th worst card in this game? In what capacity was Thanos the 175th performing card in this game? Or bottom 50%? He wasn't. They buffed a good card. I was under the impression that they buff bad cards and nerf good cards. That's not what they did. They buffed a good card. And when I mean Thanos, I'm not talking about just Thanos. I'm talking about the whole package, Thanos and the stones. It's as a singular entity I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not talking about splitting them up. I'm talking about the entire grouping was completely fine where it was at, and it was in the top performing, and they buffed it. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, but I don't believe he was. There's no way that you could tell me that Thanos was in the bottom 25% or even bottom 50% or bottom 75% of cards. It's just not true. They buffed a top 25% card. It's just that simple. They wanted him to be broken. They wanted everybody to spend the collector tokens on him. They wanted this to happen. So I believe this was a brain fart and a mistake on their part. And regardless of their intention that they wanted, then nerf the stones. I do something. Make all the stones 0 power. I don't know. Do something, right? Yes. Now or before? Now I just lost a Thanos buff right now. The Thanos buff absolutely makes a difference. I've lost to Thanos specifically because of the stat change already today on the stream. It happened on the stream just a minute ago. Like, I've lost multiple times to Thanos buff. Yeah, so they wanted Thanos to be strong. That is their agenda. They wanted to make the game pay to win. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Did they want they wanted the game to be pay to win? That's the only takeaway, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Thanos is good, guys. And I also want to talk about something else. Thanos, okay, first of all, ranked ladder gameplay is different than battle mode and tournaments, right? It's subtle, but it is different. And guess what deck is the best in this mode? Thanos. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to call it now. I believe we have limited data, but as these tournaments keep happening and more tournaments happening using this game mode, I think that the real winner right now is going to be Thanos. Like, people know how to play around Galactus. People know how to play around Shuri. And if you know, after the first match, you know what your opponent is and you know how to play around them. Where Thanos is a lot of stuff, man. You've got zone location manipulation with Reality Stone. You can move into weird locations with Space Stone. You can pull random shit out of your deck like crazy with Lockjaw while drawing cards. You can drop Leech on turn 4 with Time Stone. There's not like a linear win condition with Thanos. It does so much stuff. I mean, it just does a lot of things. It's crazy. The winning Thanos deck is the Valk Leech version. Oh man, I don't know about that Valk version. I'm open to Valkyrie being good, but I don't know. I played it. I played against it. I'm not sure. I'll take your word for it, I guess. I thought that I think Valkyrie is a I'll keep my Valkyrie. I don't know how to word my thoughts about Valkyrie. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just like, right, if you want to, so now this is what nobody wants to talk about or nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear this right now. Are you ready? If you were a free-to-play beta player who naturally... No. If you were a beta... If everybody in chat was a beta Battle Pass player, you would already own Shuri and Thanos and not care about not having Thanos or not having Shuri. The system is set up in a way where if you're Pool 3 complete Battle Pass purchaser, you will own all the good cards and not own the shitty cards. The problem is not that. The problem is that everybody's stuck in Pool 3 with no access to collector tokens and no access to Series and 4 cards. And they think the system is shit because they're stuck in Pool 3. But if they had, a year from now, nobody's going to be complaining about this because it's going to be different a year from now. A year from now, everybody's going to be Pool 3 complete. Everybody's going to have enough collector tokens to buy the important cards. And everybody will have every good deck if they want a good deck. I mean, some people always want to buy fucked cards like Shadow King just because they're contrarians and they will buy Shadow King and they'll lose. And that's fine. I think more people should buy Shadow King. Waste your tokens. Waste your tokens on rare variants. Waste your tokens on weird cards. Go ahead and do that. But like the reasonable players are going to buy Shuri and they're going to buy Thanos. I mean, the players that care about winning anyways. New players will always have this problem. I like Thanos the best right now. Yeah, I just, right now, everybody's kind of fucked in this weird, like, not being Pool 3 complete situation. And I think most of the gripes about the collector token system will disappear after people have been in Pool 3 for a period of time. Because the Battle Pass players that started in soft launch have complete complexions. Like, I don't have Dazzler. I don't have Shadow King. I don't care. Those are not good cards. They're not cards that I want. And it just, like, the number of cards that come to the game versus the number of cards that you actually need to have is relatively fair with the amount of collector tokens that you get through normal gameplay. As long as you're a Battle Pass player, I think Battle Pass is kind of I will always say that this game is pay to win, and it definitely benefits the Battle Pass player. So anyways, there's my little rant. Well, they want you to drown in Pool 3 because the alternative to not drowning in Pool 3 is spending about $1,000 and wrapping up that process in about 6 weeks. So the design is to be frustrating and it takes 6-7 months, or spend $1,000 and be done in 6 weeks. That is the design and intent. That is the purpose of the way it is. And that is the choice. Lucrative Fox, they changed that. Lucrative Fox, they changed it. And they didn't tell anybody. Lucrative Fox, now they count, and they didn't tell anybody about it. Now collector token credits count towards your imaginary collection level, and you are paired accordingly when you have enough credits to push you over the 600 mark, and that no longer works. Yeah, they changed it without telling anybody. Yeah, they didn't tell anybody about it either. They just changed it. Snap is different than other card games. The strength is that 10 years from now, new players can get in easily, and also you can quit, go back 1 year later, and you're good, unlike other card games. Yeah. So what if you have the credits and not the boosters? You're fucked. Correct. Richard Robinson, you're fucked. Specifically, you're fucked. Yes. If you have the credits, there's a situation where Educated Collins on his Smurf account has too many credits and not enough boosters. He's at collection level 475, rank 75, and he is playing and he's getting matched against infinite pool 3 complete players, streamers. He's getting paired up against streamers that are pool 3 complete with full series 4 and 5 decks that are infinite players, and he's collection level 475. They fucked the system. Yeah. Yeah, they screwed the system. Anyways, I want to make a video about all of this. Let's get. I'm just trying to make you ready for a video on it. Yeah, D-Law is an excellent player, by the way. I prefer this not be a matchmaking lobby, though. All right. Sauron's good. Red Skull's good. Other very good Thanos. Quinjet Lockjaw. Thanos was very good post buff, but regrets not pinning it prior to the buff. Shuri will not be nerfed anytime soon. If ever, when is asked if Arrow is a problem, Arrow is a card. We are getting a very close eye on it. I wouldn't say it's a problem, but a good card. Mr. Negative limits design space before the nerf in beta. And cards that have low win rate but less than 50% cube rate return. Null, Hela, Doc Ock, Death, and Wave. Yes. Mr. Negative is actually a bad card. You guys know that, right? Mr. Negative is actually a bad card. I know that the feeling on Mr. Negative is, yeah, it's inconsistent, but when I win is big. When it's really big, the numbers don't reflect that. When I look at the numbers, it actually has bad cube rate and bad win rate. Top 5 worst cards: Crystal, Agatha, Magic. That's a card right there. Hawkeye, Thanos, or Red Skull. Best decks. Most played deck that is below average: Professor X Control. Galactus negative win rate but positive cube rate. Sandman Wave and generic logs are excellent in Zabu 2. Thanos win rate increased a lot post boof. Sarah Control is very mid deck. Galactus Sandman more featured on ladder. You'll only be matched against infinite players from rank 70 Wonder if dropping 30 ranks is enough on ladder reset. Wonders if going to the bottom of change would require the same number of games to hit infinite would be more enjoyable. Ego will not be a hot location. Decks queued are not considered in matchmaking. They've said this so many times. 50% of players get to rank 40. 4 to 5% of players get to rank 80. MMR is based on cubes and win. Want to get players infinite but dedicated talent players. Team believes 1% of players get infinite is a good target. Holy shit. Some of the summary of the notes are a bit off, more cautious, and most things were said with a maybe or around, while notes make them seem like they're definite statements, but thanks for transcribing. This was an opinion and some things could change. They said elsewhere, so some of this is a little off. There's some contradictions here. I want to show you some other screenshots, courtesy of Rastlin. Thank you. Thank you for sending me all this stuff, by the way. So this is his boss, that guy's boss. No, they said 3%. Right here. That guy's boss said, depending on the season, it is between 3 and 10% are hitting infinite. So obviously there is some contradictions here. %3 of what? There's probably a million plus players that play Snap at least, right? This game is very popular. I don't know how many players play Snap, but it's at least a million. All right, let's do, we need a giveaway, and then I'm going to make a video, and then I'll edit it to take out the bad parts. A 7-cost king. All right, let's find a... Black Panther and Cosmo holding hands. Wow, that's really weird if you think about it. What is this guy's name here? Burger, what is this? 3 to 10% sounds like the right number. Other thing too is that I had one season 1600, one season 1200. This last season was about 400. So the first time I hit infinite it took 1600 games. Yeah, dude. There's just so much to learn, dude. Dude, if you want to hit infinite, this is a thing. This is a thing. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I had a season that it took me over 1600 games to get to infinite. And then another one was 1200. This one was shorter. This one was like 450. Yeah, dude, there's just no substitution for playing a lot. Like, let's just be real. Lucrative Fox. I mean, you guys watch me play. I think I'm okay, but I don't feel like I'm like the best Marvel Snap player or anything like that. Like, I make a lot of mistakes. Like, this game, I mean, I make a lot of mistakes, right? You guys watch me. I fuck up all the time. It's just, the game is incremental, right? Oh, you're the best. What's up, Kraken? Yeah, I can't wait for these rank changes. Dude, we played a couple times on the stream the other day. How's your streams going? Dude, I'm glad that you got them to respond about them changing things, but it feels like it's all over the place where the information. When to snap and when to retreat? Well, yes, that is this entire game. Is you just all if you can imagine any possible scenario where they can beat you, they will do it. If that's like the number one lesson, everybody could know. If you can imagine a reasonable win condition for their deck where they are going to beat you, they have it. They have it. And you lose. Retreat. Please retreat. I mean, that's like just retreat. 5,000 games a day? No, dude, I can't do. Dude, you can't do. Can you do 5,000 games at 500 games a day? They have a 75% chance to have it. So if you can think of a scenario, dip out all day, every day. Exactly. This is coming from an infinite players. Just retreat. There's a 75% chance they have it. Yeah. Yeah, you just have to retreating is just retreat. Just retreat. Yeah, just retreat. It doesn't matter. Assume they have the win condition that beats your situation and retreat. It's always retreat. I play 4 hours a day because that's all the time I have. I've already played for 2.5 hours. Well, I've been chatting with you guys for 2.5 hours. All right, let's bang out this video. How do I want to do this? Let's do. If you don't have what you need, don't think you can just hope for a win. Yes, you just have to retreat. Yeah, retreating is not bad. Just let them have the one cube or whatever and leave. I mean, it just, you have to play that way. Like, I think that this idea that you have to win every game or you should try to win is just, it's not the way this game is set up. This game is set up to like retreat a lot. Like, I think you should be retreating probably close to 25% of your matches. if I were to guess. At least 25%. I'm not sold on King. Kraken, I'd love to hear your thoughts on King, by the way. I think King is not... Either people are not playing King right, but the data on King suggests he's not that great, actually. I'm very curious what you think. My take is that he's good on a Galactus deck, and I'm not sure about other decks yet. Yeah, you got to retreat a lot. Yeah, 25% I think is a reasonable number. It may be higher than 25%. Yeah. I'm going to suggest that maybe Chavez is better than King in a lot of decks. I hate to say it. I think Chavez is more helpful than King is. She just is. And I'm not completely sold on King. I saw that tweet, Kraken. There's either the data's whacked out, but the data that I saw was on the data that I've been comparing is deck list here with King, deck list here with Chavez, and the numbers don't look good. So either the data is skewed or people are playing it wrong, or I don't know, but it really just looks like Chavez is better than King from the data I've seen. I did see Regis is actually one of my favorite guys on YouTube. I just the more that I watch him, the more I appreciate his demeanor and his integrity and his intellect. I actually think he's a top tier YouTuber. I really like Regis. It's like it might be counting the double up cubes when you snap and retreat. Yeah, maybe the data is wrong. It's possible the data is wrong. I've only liked King in a deck that has 2 play lines at turn 6. Like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Regis is... I really like Regis. He might be my favorite guy to watch right now. Because I value sensible, intelligent information, and he seems just like a cool dude. He's really grown on me a lot. Plus, I stole this template from him. I didn't steal it, but I saw his template and I said, I want that. The template that I stream with, I basically said, oh, that looks good, and I recreated it from scratch. Yes. Did you see his video on Ghost? That's what won me over, is his video on Ghost. Yeah, his video on Ghost won me over. He just straight up said Ghost is not that great. Yeah, he just straight up said Ghost is bad. Yeah, and it was like, yeah, I knew he was right. And I knew he was right, but like I think so many YouTubers are afraid to say it because they want to present a special fantastic deck that makes the card look better than it is, and he was like, nah, it's not. They're not that great. Yeah. Because you can make, I hate to say it, I'm guilty of it too. I think every streamer is. Like, there's no point in like if you build a deck, you want to show the highlights where it worked. I mean, that's the purpose of a highlights video. But the problem with that is that you can take a shitty card like Ronin, which is shitty right now. I don't think it's a shitty card. I think it's a shitty right now card. And oh my God, 80% win rate with Ronin and dog shit deck build and make it look good. It's so easy to do. Like, anybody can do this. No stats. just show some highlights where it does something cool and post it on YouTube. And no thought of, no care of anything, really. Yeah, I know. It's tough. I don't know, man. You have to clickbait a little bit. I hate to say it. I'm not. First of all, I want to restate something. Like, dude, I'm not better than clickbait. Holy shit, I've clickbait a lot. Like, and what's really sad is that the clickbait videos get views, and it's kind of annoying. It's super annoying. But anyways. Yeah, and I actually think streams, if you have the time to watch streams, you're gonna get genuine, accurate information from a streamer. Because, dude, like, you've watched me play this deck, not this deck, which deck? You watched me all morning play this deck, right? Now, if I didn't stream this deck, do you think I could have pulled like 4 videos out of the last hour and then had some fantastic hype? Move deck is back. Fucking move deck destroys the meta. You are stupid if you don't play this deck. Now, you guys watched the stream. You know what it really is. You watched it. You know what it is. You can't hide it on the stream. Yeah, right? Yeah, move deck leeches the meta for dummies. Dude, Leech carries this deck. Oh my god. We're moving. I know, right? I hate to say it, like, my takeaway from what I learned from this deck is that Leech carries this deck. All right, let's make this video. I'm sorry, I got to make a video because I got to eat lunch and. All right. Anyways, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what the right thing to do on YouTube is for this game. I haven't had a lot of success with YouTube on this game, to be frank with you guys. I'm used to getting certain types of views, and I haven't gotten them yet. So we're still trying to figure it out. Oh boy, tomorrow we're expecting a big announcement when it comes to the current state of Ranked. And we're expecting to have some news from the developer about Ranked. And I think that there are 3 significant problems with Ranked right now. And a couple of them don't really affect everybody, but one of them specifically with Agatha. And Agatha is a problem, and I'm not sure why Agatha has been created. And before we get into the problems with Agatha and how it's possibly affecting you, I just want to acknowledge that players act in their own best interests, and it's up for the developers to de-incentivize players from doing shady behavior. So I think, rather than pointing at players or accusing players of doing things, we really need to push it back to second dinner to fix the problem. If they're incentivizing certain behaviors, then that's a problem. So let's get into the 3 situations. The first situation is that they change the way the pools work at the beginning of the game. Like, you're in this beginner bracket at the beginning of the game, and it used to be that you could stay in the beginner bracket up until 594. Once you went to 600, you got pushed into like the broader, bigger bracket where it largely was placing you against players with MMR rather than your collection style. Well, they did a stealth change where it no longer does that, basically it not only looks at your collection level, but it looks on how many credits you have saved. And even if you don't have the boosters to spend them, you suddenly get paired up against people. If you're choosing to like hunker down in the beginner bracket and save your credits, it now counts the credits towards your collection level. So there was a specific situation with Educated Collins, who has a Smurf account, which he is collection level 475. And he cannot spend his credits because he does not have the boosters. He is rank 75. And apparently when you're over rank 70, the primary ranking method is MMR. We're going to go over an interview with a developer on Jara's stream, which talks about all of this. And Educated Collins on his collection level 475 account was getting paired up against a streamer that is infinite with all the cards, like a pool 3 complete player with series 4 and 5 cards. There's some serious problems with the rank system. There's some serious problems with MMR. Now, that is a problem that doesn't really affect a lot of players. That affects new players, because there's a bigger problem that affects a lot of players, which we're going to talk about. But there's another problem that also doesn't really affect a lot of players, but it does showcase that there's a problem with this system. And big shout out to Code Deco for hitting rank 1000. They are Twitch streamers that I watch regularly. They're from UK somewhere, and they stream when I'm supposed to be asleep in the middle of the night, and I watch them all the time. They are hysterical. Now, what is happening for them is first of all, they're very good players, and they were able to hit rank 1000. And I actually don't want to disparage their experience because they are very good players. But this happens to certain players like Deco, Cam Best, and Educated Collins, where they are so good at the game that they don't have anybody to be matched up with, and they just get bots. And I actually kind of feel bad for them because they just play bots, and they can play a lot. And they it's not their fault, right? Like even Educated Collins in his video, he said, dude, it's like, what am I supposed to say? I play up against a lot of bots. And I know for me, I actually was worried about this, but I do this part-time because I full-time cover another game, Marvel Strike Force. So I do this part-time. When I started getting to like 133, right now I'm at 129, I started asking these guys. I'd go into their stream and say, hey, when do I start getting bots? And Educated Collins told me, he said, well, it's not really about your rank, it's about your MMR. He said, however, I noticed that I got a lot of bots when I got over 150. I don't want that to happen. I actually enjoy playing humans. I don't want to play bots. Why are bots even a thing? And so I've been able to keep my rank and my MMR into some sort of reasonable situation where I still play players, right? I mean, I play against a lot of the streamers, TSLG and Regis and Jeff and Specimen. I play and Molt. I play against all these streamers all the time, and I'm happy with that. So, but what this shows is that there is something seriously wrong with the ranked system. Now, what I'm going to talk about right here next is what we really need to be outraged about, and that Second Dinner is allowing this to happen. And what if I told you that collection level 3,000 plus players in Infinite were mostly playing Agatha decks? What percentage of Infinite players with large collections are playing Agatha? Would it surprise you that that number is 42.85% of all the matches in Infinite are players using Agatha to booster farm and battle pass farm? What they're doing is they are using, let's say, BlueStacks, which has a clicker, and they just load up an Agatha deck, and they only get Agatha boosters, and then they have a button that just gets pushed over and over with a script that's built into BlueStacks. It's not hacking. It's nothing. It's literally what the card Agatha was designed for. Second Dinner made a card to do this. So this is not the player's fault. This is Second Dinner's fault. The players are acting in their best interest. Now, this does two things for these infinite players. One, it allows them to get crazy amounts of season pass rewards. Like if I go on my account right now, I am season pass 106. These guys get into the 400s, I believe, because they're doing this all day, and they get a lot of extra credits, a lot of extra variants. They get a lot of extra gold. Someone said that they're getting about $800 worth of value by doing this. The second thing, which directly impacts players when they start their climb in the next season, is that they are tanking their MMR to the ground. So these are infinite players that are relatively good players because they can get to infinite, right? Well, maybe. They can get to infinite, and they have all the cards. They have all the important series 4 and 5 cards. They can build a Thanos Lockjaw deck. They can build a Shuri Red Skull deck. And when the season starts, they have a super bad MMR because their account has been playing Agatha for days. And they're because Agatha's a bad deck. And it's been playing Agatha, and their MMR is to the ground. And then I'm not you necessarily, but a rank 30, a rank 40, a rank 50 player is now going to be placed against this person that is doing this Agatha farming, and they're going to destroy you. And this happens every season. And these players can get to infinite very easily because their MMR is destroyed. This negatively impacts everybody. And this is an atrocious, absolutely horrible system that is completely created by Second Dinner. This system they created with the invention of the Agatha card. And Agatha is actually probably ruining the ranked system more than anything else. Now, I don't play a lot of Agatha. I've done it a couple times to test it out. Agatha starts in your hand and plays the game for you, and then you just need a clicker to hit next. And when you play an Agatha deck, only Agatha boosters are awarded. And that's where you see these like screenshots like this, where someone has hundreds of Agatha splits, is because they're farming Agatha. So I know it's strange that Second Dinner, changed the way the matchmaking works at under 600. I don't think that affects a lot of people. I know that it's strange and it's kind of bad that smart, good players like Deco can play bots and get to rank 1000. It doesn't affect a lot of people. It's super terrible that infinite players can intentionally tank their MMR because they cannot drop below 100 by using a card that Second Dinner designed almost intentionally for this, so that they can get to infinite quickly and that they get better, more favorable matchmaking when the season starts. So again, I don't blame the players. The players act in their own best interests. This is a completely manufactured problem by Second Dinner and this card right here. So, and a lot of it also has to do with just the way the system works. When you go into infinite, you can't drop below infinite. So what do I think they could do to fix the system? I think there's two things. I think that they could reset MMR at the beginning of the season so that there is no penalty for doing very well, because you're penalized if you play too well, because then you just get bots. And then you're also penalized, or you're incentivized to play poorly so that you get weaker opponents. So if they reset the MMR or just deleted the MMR from season to season, which does not happen currently, I think that would be a good thing. Also, I think if the matchmaking system was more based off of rank than MMR, then we also would not be in this situation now. Let's get into some other posts because I think this is super frustrating. Call me crazy, but I think that just using rank to match players in ranked mode would be much better than the current messed up system. I think everybody agrees that there's some problems with the system, but if I'm being honest, every game I've ever played has difficulty with satisfying people with matchmaking. It seems like every game I've ever played has kind of a horrible matchmaking system. The other thing too, and I just want to put this out there, I think there are some legitimate gripes about matchmaking, but I also think there are some bad players that complain about matchmaking when maybe they just need to learn to retreat more. Maybe they just need to snap more efficiently. I mean, this game is kind of complicated, but that won't stop bad players from pointing the blame on matchmaking when in fact they're just bad players. I think there's a percentage of that happening as well. Drop to 93 to 79 feels absolutely horrible. This could be just matchmaking. I think this is a bad system. I don't know. We have to see. Just wanted to say thank you to the folks who post the devs Discord comments on here. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more, but right now there is going to be a blog post tomorrow, but information for this game is scattered all over Discord. Discord is not a useful way of giving out information, is not organized well. And then there's also random tweets from various developers. Unless you're following all of the Second Dinner employees, information is being spread all over Discord, all over Twitter, and oftentimes the only place that you can find it is on Reddit. Reddit typically will find the important information and it'll make it to the top of Reddit, but it is scattered everywhere. And so a lot of the information I just have to find in a random tweet. Kind of frustrating. Nimrod's coming to the game on Monday, so there definitely is going to be like a turn 6 Galactus. I think that card will be easily countered by armor and or Cosmo. I don't think it's going to be as oppressive as Zero. I don't think it's going to be as oppressive as a Battle Pass card as Silver Surfer and Zabu was. We will have to see. Also, I'll just put this at the end of the video. Also, we've got some clarification on how Kitty Pride will work. Again, random information everywhere. Basically, turn 1, you can play Kitty. And then turn 2, you can return her to your hand and replay her. So she has to be played before she can return. So turn 1, you play Kitty Pride. Turn 2, you can return her to your hand and replay her. But you can't play her, then return her, but she has to stay on the board for 1 turn. Also, we're going to be getting a bunch of steampunk variants. This is the one that I'm the most interested in. So I am saving some collector reserves for the next series drop. And maybe I'll pick up this steampunk. Also, we're going to talk about this post. This post is amazing. So Dara is an amazing streamer, and he had a Second Dinner employee who is their data scientist. I also follow him on Twitter, and there was a 4-hour stream. Largely, he was not there on a official capacity. He was there on an unofficial capacity. And then Dara even clarified down here, some of these summary notes are a bit off. He was a bit more cautious, and most of these things were said with a maybe or around, while the notes make them seem like they were definite statements. But thanks for transcribing. So we're going to read these notes because I missed this. And it was a 4-hour stream, and these notes are super helpful. And he is a data scientist, I believe. So he does a lot of the analytics on what cards are strong. Best card at high MMR is Sauron. Now, I want to just briefly talk about that because it's true. I also believe that the data that's shown here on Snap.fan which shows that Sauron has one of the highest win percentages, high Q percentages across the board. And a lot of people would just say that he is the best card. I think a lot of that happened before the meta reacted and pivoted hard to a Shang-Chi meta. So what I saw happen with Sauron is that he was very good at the beginning of the season, and then Shang-Chi appeared out of nowhere, specifically with Death Wave. And I had to look to other options like using Cosmo and Armor, which Sauron does not synergize with at all. So my suggestion is that Sauron is expensive. I don't see the value in spending collector tokens on it. Whether he adds value to the Shuri Red Skull deck or not is up for debate, considering the extreme cost. I do think the deck is more consistent, but in the current meta, let's say the last week, I think that the non-Sauron build is actually better because then you can use tools like Armor and Cosmo to protect your 9,000 power Red Skull. He also talks about Red Skull being on the top of the list. And then this has always been very confusing to me. Thanos, Quinjet, Lockjaw notes that Thanos is very good post buff and regrets not pinning it prior to the buff. And this kind of annoys me. I just kind of feel like, well, first of all, let's talk about Thanos as Thanos plus the stones. I'm not talking about Thanos the card. I'm talking about the Thanos package. I feel that Second Dinner should buff underperforming cards and then consider nerfing oppressive cards. This is logical, right? And so for me, I think they need to focus more on buffing cards. And I think they did a good job of buffing Namor, Dagger, and Spider-Woman. I think that's great. They need to do more of that, right? So that those cards actually have some sort of incentive to play them more and maybe they will get some use. Thanos was not in the bottom 10% of cards. Thanos was not in the bottom 25% of cards. He was not the 200th worst card in Marvel Snap. Why did they buff him? I don't understand the logic of buffing a top card at all. Like Thanos plus the stones was already an effective card, an effective situation in the game, and they buffed him. And I have lost numerous times to that 3 power buff. I lost today on stream, and I don't understand what they're doing. It feels to me that they want to make the game pay to win, and Thanos was their way of doing that. They wanted the players that spent the 6,000 collection tokens on Thanos to actually see value. And I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with them buffing Thanos and nerfing a card that probably didn't need nerfing, Darkhawk. I mean, Zabu nerf kind of stripped away most of the value of Darkhawk, and I don't understand the thinking there. Thanos is very good post buff, but regrets not pinning it. Then this is interesting. Shuri will not be nerfed anytime soon, if ever. Wow. When asked if Arrow is a problem, Arrow is a card we're keeping a very close eye on it, and I would say it's a problem, but a good card. I wouldn't say it's a problem, but it's a good card. Mr. Negative limits design space before the nerf and beta, which is interesting. Cards that have low win rates, less than 50%, but good cube return. And I found this to be, these are very swingy cards, if you will, where when they work, you get a lot of cubes. Null, Hela, Darkhawk, Death, and Wave. But they don't necessarily have high win rates. So they have high cube rates. Now, Mr. Negative currently is bad on both sides, and I've seen the data on this. It seems to me that most Mr. Negative players say things like, Mr. Negative is really swingy. Yeah, you lose a lot of matches, but you also get a lot of 8 cubes. The data actually suggests that Mr. Negative is not only bad on win rate, but also bad on cube rate. 5 worst cards in the game: Crystal, Agatha, Magic, Hawkeye. And so Magic is interesting. Thanos and Red Skull are among the best decks. Most placed deck that is below average is a Professor X Control. Galactus has a negative win rate, but a positive cube rate. Sandman, Wave, and generic Lockjaw is excellent. And Zabu is also Thanos win rate is increased a lot post buff. Sarah control is very mid. And then Galactus Sandman moves were featured. Okay, and then also on ladder, you will only be matched against infinite players from rank 70. So apparently, what they're saying is that you can only get infinite players from rank 70. That doesn't feel right. He wonders if dropping 30 ranks is enough on ladder reset. Wonders if going to the bottom but changing it to require the same numbers of games to infinite would be more enjoyable. Ego will never be a hot location. That's great. Decks queued are not considered in matchmaking. Okay. That's the second time I've seen a developer comment that. All right, and then this is interesting. And then we've got some conflicting information here, which I also want to go. We have some conflicting information that I also want to go over. 50% of players get to rank 40. 4 to 5% of players get to rank 80. MMR is based on both cubes and wins. We want people to get infinite to be dedicated and talent players. And then he believes that 1% players in infinite is a good target. Now, they have said that they feel that the number of players reaching infinite is lower than we want right now. We're always iterating rank modes as well, an area we want to continue to improve over time. And this is actually, I believe, his boss, which is Steven. And then Steven also said that depending on the season, it is between 3 and 10% of the players are hitting infinite. Okay, that'll do it for today's video. I really hope they fix ranked and make it more fair. And I personally hope that they stop incentivizing players from using Agatha. One of the things that they said they were going to do was that they were going to implement a system where the maximum amount of battle pass credits you can get a day is going to be capped, and that is supposed to go in play for this season. And then, of course, what this actually means remains to be seen tomorrow, where there's supposed to be a blog post addressing hopefully the following situations that I outlined in this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And before we go, I just wanted to say this really struck a chord for me after 1,400 games, made it infinite today using Sandman to finish the last stretch. And I just want to say, I had a season that was 1,600 games. I had a season that was over 1,200 games. And this last season was 450 games. There is no substitution to playing this game a lot. If you want to hit infinite, you just got to play a lot. And I just really appreciate what he's saying. Leech, Thanos, Kazar, you're cool. Oh, and I'm out. Let me know what you think. Bye for now. Woof. Oh, who's here? Who's here from the raid? Was it who raided? Ah, Chiz raided. Nice. All right, welcome in. We're playing Marvel Snap. I play Marvel Snap on this YouTube channel. I have another YouTube channel that I play Marvel Strike Force. Those are the two games that I cover. Chiz is a amazing friend and person that I consult with YouTube things. He has been insanely helpful. And I think the story was that a million years ago, I did a sponsored stream for Rise to Kingdoms, and he watched, no, not a sponsored stream, a sponsored video. And he watched the video, and that's why he started playing the game. Yeah, Chiz, yeah. Welcome in, guys. Yeah, I tried raiding Arnold the other day, and it wouldn't let me do it. I cannot. It is not a good system. Chiz, I'm going to have to, you probably took off already, but if you're still here, I'm going to have to figure out how to do it. I tried the other day, and it just wouldn't let me do it. If Quinjet gets nerfed, They didn't announce anything on downgrades. I think we've got an expected downgrade path on it, though. Oh, yeah. Dude, the rating thing, I tried rating Arnold the other day and it just wouldn't let me do it. It only let me rate like one random person, so I just didn't do it. I could not. I swear I've got him added to my list and everything. I could not get it to work. Or maybe he has to allow it. Oh, they have to allow it, right? I don't think he's allowing it is the problem. That's the reason why I couldn't rate. Dude, YouTube is awesome, but they really missed the boat on some of the Twitch features. Yeah, so okay. Host some tournaments to some streamers? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I thank you. According to Sank, the Marvel Snapdown, there is a March 14th date on the Steam database for a patch. All right, that makes sense. They use some fancy new tools to change some cards like they did with Surfer, but I don't see anything big before March 14th. That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right. All right, I'm going to edit that video. I think I'm going to take a lot of it out. Does this Agatha thing bother you as much as it bothers me? Or am I making a big deal out of nothing? But it seems really stupid that that's what the card is made for. And you can't really blame the players for actually doing what the card is designed for. It's just so stupid. So stupid. I'm going to title the video 43.8, whatever this, I'm going to title the video that, and I don't think it's clickbait. .85% of Infinite players are playing Agatha. And it's a problem. It's a problem. Yeah, it's garbage. It's absolute garbage. Yeah. It doesn't matter. They are doing it on Agatha in any 11 cards. The purpose is to get shit returns and get boosters and get battle pass rewards and tank your MMR. It literally does not matter what 11 cards you use. Not at all. Any 11 cards. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Agatha deck. Any Agatha deck. There are optimized Agatha decks if you want to actually win, but the reason why people are playing, they're playing to lose. And they're playing to get battle pass rewards. And get boosters. They literally don't care if they win or lose. Yeah. Yeah, MMR should lock once you hit infinite and then have a 7 more once infinite. I think they should just reset MMR at the beginning of every season. Fuck it. And everybody starts at 70. That was an infinite. And everybody's playing your own. When the second everybody's MMR is reset, the second that you queue on day one of the new season, you're playing other infinite players because you all have the same MMR now that it's been reset. And you're playing basically against other rank 70 players. And Let the MMR adjust up and down from there. And the shitty players will get tanked down to 50, and the amazing players will go up, and that's fine. You don't have to auto. It plays it for you. Agatha starts in your hand and plays your cards for you. It literally plays it for you. And then the part that is sketchy, in my opinion, is that you use a auto tapper on, and I think Android devices have them. BlueStacks has them. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I don't care. But I know it's built into BlueStacks. And then it just hits the next turn button over and over and over again. You just let it run on its own. It just keeps pushing the button over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it just plays forever. Yeah, it's a BlueStacks Android thing. I don't know how to do that. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how to do it because I don't know how. I have no idea. I imagine it's super easy with a Google search. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, just the deck that is meta? Oh, okay, I'll give you a list. Apparently this is the best Agatha list. I have no idea. I could not tell you. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any good Agatha lists. Yeah, apparently this is like one of the better Agatha lists. I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. You're playing Agatha loses. You understand? You will not. This is a thing to do when you're in infinite. This is not a thing to do if you're not in infinite. It's the best Agatha Farm. Okay. Yeah, I don't play Agatha, so I guess there's no point. And I have no idea. I don't play the Agatha deck, so I couldn't tell you. All right. Yeah, I just don't play Agatha. I mean, do you even play Agatha? You just literally let it do its own thing. All right. I'm gonna call it. Good stream. Thanks for being here. We are going. I'm gonna edit that video and upload it. I don't know if I would have. Yeah, I'll be on. I'm gonna eat lunch right now. I think Kat's home. We're gonna eat lunch, and then I'll be on doing Strike Force on Twitch in probably an hour or two, maybe 3 hours, and then I'll edit this video and put it up. I think I'm gonna title the video like 42.85 of the infinite players are playing Agatha, and why this is a huge problem. I don't know if that's that isn't clickbait. That is what the video is about. That's actually what the video is about. All right, see you guys on Twitch later. Bye. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm really hoping they get rid of this Agatha shit tomorrow. Oh my God.